Hey everyone, Sarafan here, and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video where we help players to achieve goals and complete events or tournaments without spending money on the game. And this time I want to take you into the experience I had going on the Champions Chase tournament that we had along with the fusion event for Good Atmosphere. So my ultimate goal here is to help the Raid Shadow Legends community, enhancing their decision making at the moment to understand if they need or not to spend money to win tournaments or event or just to complete any challenge. And for that I'm trying to use and to put my experience as a free-to-play players into perspective for you guys to make the better choices for yourself. So this time what I'm going to do is to showcase how to win Champions Chase tournament as a free-to-play player, to rank up the most we can. So my aim here is going to be top 3 and to get to 2 legendary books. So I knew that a Champions Chase tournament was coming at one moment or another, so I was saving my ancient shards for a moment like this. So with this in mind, I made the decision to not to fuse Good Atmosphere till the last moment of the event. I was also saving my fusions for Racing, my fusions for Broadma. What I did was to maximize the points that I was getting on this fusion event. I was saving my ancient shards just in case, and they did pay off in a way, obviously. And I came to the realization that I needed to have used all the fusion availables to me, so I was saving on Racing, I was saving on Go to Atmosphere till the last moment, and I was saving some elements for Broadma in case I was going to need it. And guess what? You are going to need it, especially because half the element for Broadma are easily granted to you via the market. All you need to do is the preparations, and the amount of potions you need to ascend the champions needed for that fusions is actually the lesser ones. And as long as you move ahead on the content, you're going to find yourself with a lot of lesser potions that you're not using for anything. So yeah, the only complication I see here is that in case you are trying to participate alongside of an artifact enhancement event, you're going to need a lot of silver to fuse these. Okay, so in this case I did fuse my Broadma, my Epic Void, that granted me 350 points. And there was a huge boost on the rest of this pursuit for me for the 2 legendary books and the top 3 on this Champions Chase tournament. The next on my list was Racine Scar Hide, and for Racine Scar Hide I was saving all my elements. In the case of Good Atmosphere, I still needed to farm the Umbral Enchantress. So after pulling my shards, as you can see, I did rank up to 6, and when we check our table for the ranking, you're going to see that I had a lot of players ahead of me. This is obviously players that were saving their shards too, and they were aiming in this. They were approaching this Champions Chase tournament with only shards in hand. And this is how I'm going to prove you that you cannot rely only on that to win this kind of tournaments. So moving along, I did buy some ancient shards with my gems, as you can see. The Sacred Shard was the last element left for me to pull and to rank up into top 1 of this Champions Chase tournament. I already had all the elements I needed for Good Atmosphere. However, I also had all the elements to fuse again the elements I already had on my block. In this case, this champion was already 50 and has all the assumption needed for that. However, I had all the elements to fuse him again, and this was going to grant us 250 points. And you cannot pass that when you have a fusion event going along. Now remember, all this is happening because I believe that the Champions Chase tournament offered me the rewards I needed, and I wanted, in this case, 2 legendary books. However, if that's not the case, I will recommend you to save your elements and your guns for a Champions Chase tournament that offered you what you want and what you need. Now, if you guys remember my last video that I'm going to pull up there, I did told you to save your missions and don't rush on them just to take advantage of those resources that may come handy. And in this case, what I needed was a lot of gems to get more shards for myself, and this is exactly what I'm doing here. So thanks that the fact that I did stand to my word, I grant myself with 100 gems that helped me to get another chart pack that eventually helped me to get to my first legendary book. If you're in a Champions Chase tournament and you did prepare yourself like I did, that I did have all the elements I needed for Racino's Scarhide, then you need to understand at the moment you fuse Racino's Scarhide, he's going to disappear from the fusion tab, meaning that you can no longer fuse any of the epics. And fusing those epics were a great idea for this Champions tournament, so don't repeat my mistake. And if you have all the elements for Racino's Scarhide and you were saving him for a Champions Chase tournament to grant you some points, please don't fuse him right away and try to make your way into possible fusing any, if not all, the epics again. That was a problem that I did overcome properly, and that was not an issue, thankfully. But for you guys, keep that in mind next time. I did repeat that here with Kurtuk Atmosphere. I did have all the elements to fuse Spider again, but I didn't. And I regret completely of doing that. So remember, fuse all the elements you can, even if you do not need them to complete the fusion. You should always aim for any fusion that is available to you, because you don't know when the player is going to rework them and make them worth it. That happened with Dracomorph, for what I am aware of, and that may happen also for Kurtuk Atmosphere. So in case you did fuse him but you find no use for him so far, his moment may come in the future, and it's better to be prepared. So as you can see here, we already granted ourselves with the first book, and the Wales has been shooting our guns on us, and we're still on the top 3. That was our goal, and we're closer to the second block that we won of this Champions Chase tournament. So yeah, let's take a look at this for a moment, because after moving forward and pulling all my guns and completing all I could have done, I found myself closer to the second legendary book, but I have no more elements to spend and to achieve that goal. So it was getting closer to the end game, because 7 hours was all I have to find myself with 200 points. So I did get myself with a boy shard. I was expecting to get an epic, but as you're going to watch now, that did not happen. That void came thanks to one of the missions that I was saving up. I was not going to be able to make it till this day. That was to complete 10 runs of the Spirit Keep on the dungeons. So yeah, after finishing that and getting that boy shard, I did a little boost, but not enough. So moving forward, what I found myself was getting all the elements I could from the market. I did farm a lot of mystery shards, and I have been pulling all of them in order to get to my goal. And as you can see here, 2 hours left to the Champions Chase tournament. I only needed 2 points, and I was using my gems, and as you can see here, it's not showing up, but we already reached this legendary book. Try to not let down yourself and dismotivate yourself from participating, because as you can see, there are ways for you to grant yourself those rewards without spending. If I didn't make all the mistakes I told you, from the Racino's Scarhide Fusion Rush, the Kurtuk Atmosphere, I could have easily surpassed this whale here. The goal of this video and all the videos I make about Raid Shadow Legends is, at the end of the day, to help you guys to avoid these same mistakes and to have a more efficient and better preparation for these kind of tournaments. So there you have it, folks. I really hope that my experience here and all this walkthrough on this Champions Chase tournament helped you guys to have a healthy wallet to achieve victory in any goal that you guys put yourself into. All I want here is to help any player being free to play or any spender that may find himself in a position where he do not want to spend any money to achieve victories. I'm going to go through all the help possible to help you guys to achieve that. And I want you guys to realize that the dopamine shots that you may get in your brain can actually come from hijacking these monetization walls that companies put ahead of you, achieving victory without spending money. So this is all for now, guys. Let me know what you think on the comment section below. Subscribe for more, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. And see you guys in the next one.